The air is thick with uncertainty. Just days after a sudden threat of massive tariffs, a temporary reprieve has arrived. But for business leaders navigating transatlantic trade, this pause offers little comfort without a clear path forward. What does this latest twist mean for your operations and planning? Last week, the U.S. announced a potential 50% tariff on EU goods, effective June 1st. This sent shockwaves through global markets and boardrooms. It was a significant escalation from previous threats. However, a very nice call between European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and President Trump led to a delay. The new deadline is now July 9th. This buys some time, but the underlying threat persists. EU leaders are expressing cautious optimism following the delay. They hope this extra time allows for meaningful negotiations. The goal is to find a resolution that avoids a damaging trade war. French President Emmanuel Macron hopes for the lowest possible tariffs. He noted that discussions are advancing. This sentiment is echoed across the bloc. Both sides have agreed to fast-track trade negotiations. This indicates a mutual desire to find a solution quickly. High-level contacts are being maintained. The EU's Trade Commissioner is engaging with the U.S. Commerce Secretary. These discussions are crucial. They aim to build on the momentum from the presidential call. The European Commission reiterated its zero-for-zero offer. This proposal aims to eliminate tariffs on cars and industrial goods. It remains on the table as a starting point. The EU believes this offer is attractive. It could lead to benefits for businesses on both sides of the Atlantic. However, acceptance from the U.S. side is not guaranteed. This isn't the first time tariff threats have emerged. President Trump has previously announced and adjusted proposed duties. This pattern creates significant unpredictability for businesses. His focus often appears to be on the goods trade deficit. This narrow view can overlook the broader economic relationship. It adds another layer of complexity to negotiations. European markets saw a rise following the news of the delay. This reflects a temporary relief among investors. U.S. market futures also reacted positively. However, the constant flip-flopping on tariffs has left many businesses reeling. Planning becomes incredibly difficult. Some companies have even withdrawn financial forecasts due to the uncertainty. The EU is aware of the impact on specific sectors. The Trade Commissioner held a video conference with major car makers. The goal was to reassure them amidst the tariff threats. The automotive industry is particularly vulnerable. High tariffs could severely disrupt supply chains and sales. Protecting this sector is a priority for the EU. The EU has its own set of tools. Retaliatory tariffs on €21 billion of U.S. goods are currently suspended. These target agricultural and industrial products in Republican states. These suspended tariffs will kick in on July 14th if no deal is reached. This is just 5 days after the new U.S. tariff deadline. The timing adds pressure to the talks. The European Commission is also consulting on a further round of tariffs. This could target an additional €95 billion of U.S. goods. The list includes items like bourbon, cars, and industrial machinery. While the EU prefers de-escalation, they are preparing for contingencies. All options for retaliation are being considered. This includes potentially targeting U.S. tech firms or banks, though this is seen as politically sensitive. For business leaders, the situation demands extreme caution. The delay is welcome, but it's merely a pause. The threat of significant tariffs remains very real. Negotiations are underway, but success is far from assured. The history of these trade discussions shows they can be unpredictable. Businesses must prepare for multiple scenarios. Coming weeks are critical. The July 9th and July 14th deadlines loom large. Businesses must monitor developments closely. Assess your supply chains and markets. Understand your exposure to potential tariffs on both sides. Develop contingency plans for different outcomes, including the imposition of duties. Engage with industry associations and policymakers to voice your concerns and stay ahead of potential changes.